Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, FACCI'S Cinema. Appreciate you spending just a little bit of your time to hang out with little old me. And today I wanted to come on here and finally do my Scream franchise ranking from the worst to the best. I have been dying to do this. I've been seeing it popping up on a lot of other horror YouTuber channels, and it's now time to dive in my rankings and get this thing done. And then I know, of course, we're going to be getting a Scream 7. It is not official as of yet, but you, as well as I, know that it is definitely going to be coming down the pipe very, very shortly. So, yeah, so when the Scream 7 comes out and drops, I'll obviously be doing another re-ranking of the Scream franchise. And for the most part, everybody says this, definitely one of the most consistent franchises there is in horror today. I don't really know if there is another franchise that has movies that are consistently really, really good. This franchise doesn't have any stinkers. It doesn't have. Is it?
Is it all choppy again, Tiger Man?
Is it?
Let me see. Is it all choppy again, Tiger Man? I don't know. I checked on my phone. Seems to be pretty good. Let me just check one more setting real quick and see if what it's looking like on my end. Audio. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Great. Hey, Cody Snyder, welcome. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Tiger Man, thanks for being here. And thanks for picking Candyman the other day for Watch Until You Drop. I had a blast watching that with Brett. It was a really good time. So thank you for participating and putting a suggestion on the wheel of destiny. Greatly appreciate it. Lamantra, what's up? And Boogman, I didn't want to do a pre-recorded video. I figured why not go live and just knock it out now, because I don't really want to do I don't want to do the editing and all that jazz. So might be one person here, might be 10, 5. It doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to get this done and upload it to YouTube. So this is the way that I chose to do it. Brett, what's going on, man? Great show last night. I appreciate you even dropping in, even for a second. Always appreciated. But yes, want to do my Scream franchise ranking from worst to best. I've definitely had enough time for Scream 6 to sink in. I haven't seen it since opening night. I wish I would have been able to go see it a second time. I have not, but I've watched a bunch of the clips again and watched everything. So I think I have a good grasp of where I would like to place that in this ranking. I'm gonna preface this by saying, obviously, everybody's rankings are different. My ranking is no better than yours or Joe Mama over there in the corner of the room watching. Mind your damn business, please. Yeah, it's all personal preference, all opinion based. No reason for anybody to get upset at where I place any of these movies, and that goes for any of the other franchises as well. And that also goes for just opinions on movies in general. Some of us like them, some of us don't. It's just the way it goes. So not a big deal. They're just movies. They are important. I get it to everybody, and everybody feels passionately and strongly about different ones. So just all respect. And if you're watching after the fact, please let me know down in the comments section what you would rank these bad boys, because I would like to know. Chad, what's up, buddy? Very excited for our remake tournament coming up on Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Gonna be a good time. Got inspiration from the Real March Madness, so wanted to put that into our own swing on BTM podcast, and that's what we're gonna do. And me and Chad are gonna knock right into it. Austin, my man, how are you, buddy? Scream 6? It was a good time. Pretty damn good time, actually. Before I get started, let me drop some background music here, because gets the juices going, gets the crowd going. Here, let's try this. Let me turn that down a smidge. And let's get going with the Scream ranking, shall we? All right. So Obviously, you guys know there are 6. I was a huge fan of Scream 5, Austin, so I don't know if I'm the one to ask that question, to answer that question for you. I had a good time with Scream 6, but I'm always a Scream 5 guy at heart, so we'll see where this is going. You see where this is going. And by the way, you may may notice a new buddy right here I just got. Just got this about a week ago. My new ghost face mask with the sparkly robe attached to it. I freaking adore this thing. I love it. I'm working on getting the robe to go with it, but those are way more expensive than I remember. Okay, $450 and $350 is a little bit too pricey right now, for me. So we'll see. We'll see. But definitely, if you're here right now, please remember to hit the like button for me. It means the world. I really do appreciate that very, very much. All right, so coming in, and I guess it's no, I can't even say that. I can't even say that. This is a very consistent franchise for sure, but honestly, my number 6 is my number 6 because I absolutely do not like the movie. I do not like this movie at all. I find it very irritating, and I will tell you why once I select it. My number 6 is Scream. And that is not right. Is that right? No! They were supposed to be in order, and they're not in order. And I'm a little angry right now. I'm not going to lie with you guys. This is not working out. I am very upset. Let me see. No, where the hell is it? Maybe I didn't even put it on here. There we go. Coming in 6th place for me. I wish it would have taken up the whole screen, but what are you going to do? Scream 4 is my number 6. I have never been a fan of this movie. The moment I saw this movie back in 2011 when it came out, I saw it in the theaters opening day. I had the poster. I went to the theater and with my wife walked out and said, wow, that movie sucked. I just didn't like the movie. I was not a fan of the 2 killers that were chosen in this movie. I was not a fan of Charlie or Jill. I can't stand either one of them. Charlie, all he did was whine and cry the whole time, and he just wanted to get the girl. On the other hand, Jill was just like, Marsha, 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 what about me? Terrible motives, in my opinion. I know we're all different, and we all think different things, but I absolutely hated Jill's motive in this movie. Sydney got all the attention, so I'm going to kill and make myself be the final girl. Yes, it took some balls to do what she did, and, even kill her friends and have to kill her own mother. That's a severe step to become famous, I didn't. And then you think the movie's over, and then you get the second final act in the hospital. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. It just dragged on for me. And then whenever she's like ramming herself into the pictures and cutting herself and jumping onto a table, and very, very irritating. I mean, the line, who do you think you are, Michael fucking Myers? I know Lee from Drum Dums absolutely loved it. I hated it. I thought it was cringeworthy. The color grading on this movie, like everybody knows, was terrible. If you're watching the daytime shots, you're blinded by the reflection off of like cars in windows. It's just not a good looking movie at all. And, believability is a huge thing with these movies nowadays, and it's very, very hard for me to believe that Jill or Charlie is doing any of the killings in this movie. And I know they all have their problems. I totally get it. It seems like every Scream movie we think we're going to get this problem solved where, okay, maybe the killer is actually going to be the physical beast that's doing the things that are happening. But this wasn't one of those times. Was not one of those times. And as much as I wanted to enjoy this movie, I just could not. I thought Sidney Prescott was great. I thought Gail was kind of like watered down Gail because she was still trying to figure out who she was. And Dewey was still the goofy side of Dewey, but he was still Dewey, and we love Dewey. The surrounding cast, the cast is great. A lot of, even A-list celebrities were in this movie. And this is where we get introduced to Judy Hicks. And yeah, honestly, watching it, I didn't know who the killers were going to be. I I thought it was decently hard for me to guess who they were. Charlie was giving off killer vibes just because he was like that creepy, nerdy movie kid. So, I mean, in the back of my mind, he was one of them, but the other one, I just had no clue. But for me, Breaking Hearts, number 6, I have Scream 4. And now I'm going to mess this up because I don't even know which one of these is the next movie I want. So we're going to try this one. Let's see. No. God, this sucks. I should have numbered these things. Coming in at number 5 for me, I have Scream 3. In this movie, I hear all the time, it's the Scooby-Doo Scream. It's just not good. It's making fun of itself too much. It's like overly self-aware. You got the Scooby-Doo ending, taking off the map. Who's it gonna be? I personally don't mind Scream 3. I rewatched it the other day because I wanted to give it its fair shake in its placement in this franchise. I have a really good time with Scream 3. I'm a huge fan of Roman as the one and only killer. The one and only time that's ever happened in this franchise. Absolutely love it. I thought Roman was a beast. He's actually somebody who you could imagine doing the killings that are going. And it had Lance Hendrickson in this bad boy. We had Princess Leia in here. Parker Posey. Dion Richmond. You might remember him from Not Another Teen Movie. It's fun. It's fun. The cast is fun. We got Jenny McCarthy in here. This was actually Roman's first movie. And for his first movie role, he was the killer in a Scream movie. Freaking, he did a great job. Obviously, in the beginning of the movie, we're like, who's this Roman guy? Who's this nerdy guy? We don't even want to, who gives a fuck about this guy? But at the end, when he's revealed and he's Sydney's brother and the mother abandoned him and didn't want nothing to do with him, it was great. It was a great storyline. I really enjoyed it. His motive was great. Definitely had a whole lot of meaning compared to some of the other ones in this franchise. The kills, this movie was watered down, and then the premise that was established originally got taken out because of Columbine and some shit. But yeah, Roman was a beast. I really did enjoy him as Ghostface. I like the opening with Cotton, 100% Cotton. I thought that was great as well. So a lot of good things in this movie. We get some Creed in the beginning, which I'm not against. I know a lot of people make fun of them. I'm not against it at all. Had a really good time with Scream 3, and I think it gets some undeserved hate, in my personal opinion. I really do. I really do. I think it's good, and I really, really like it. So, number 5, Scream 3. In this one right here, if I could find the next one. Coming in at 4th place, I have the Scream 2. More of the Night Heat. Oh, wait, no, that's Halloween. My bad. That's Halloween. Forget it. Scream 2 coming in at number 4. Originally, I had this movie very, very high in my ranking. I had this I'd say probably number 2. But upon many rewatches since, it's kind of drags. It's kind of slow. I really can't get into it, personally, in my opinion. Timothy Olyphant is great as Mickey. He's one of my favorite ghost faces. We get Mrs. Loomis. She's great as well. All I can think about, though, is Aunt Jackie, unfortunately. Hey, Chris Snyder, what's up, man? I like the opening at the movie theater. I like, Jada Pinkett Smith's death is great as well. We get Omar Epps in the beginning as well. I like his death, even though I want to know how you stab a knife through a bathroom stall. I just don't see it happening, man. I just don't see it happening. It seems a little rough for me, personally. But, yeah, I got a couple tense moments in this movie, especially when they're in the car and the cops get killed, and then, they got to climb over Ghostface's lifeless body in the front seat, and you never know, is he going to get up? Is he going to get up? They get out the car, both of them, never gets up. Yeah, that's a pretty suspenseful scene. I really don't like the death of Hallie. I don't like that, but it was kind of underwhelming for me personally. I love that Cotton gets to redeem himself for sure and come back in the final act and make up, for, really he didn't really have to make up for anything, really. They were the media and Sydney were the ones trashing him when he was innocent this entire time. But it's just not one I go back and rewatch. It's not even the longest movie in this franchise, but it just seems to drag and drag for me. The Jerry O'Connell, I Think I Love You scene, I don't have a problem with that at all. I know a lot of people don't like the corniness of that. I don't have a problem with it. I just wish we got a little bit more of Timothy Olyphant throughout this movie. But I think this was one of those instances where they kind of wanted to put him in the background, so we really didn't think about him the whole entire time and be like, yeah, that guy's definitely the killer for sure. Even though he always gave off creepy vibes, but you know that cafeteria scene, he stands up and is clapping. I was like, no, there's no way he's the killer. He's like too into this and having a good time. But damn, Timothy Olyphant's a beast. I mean, I'm gonna have to re-rank all these killers as well, but Timothy Olyphant's up there for me. Great performance all around. And then another great killer, Mrs. Loomis. She's just good old-fashioned revenge. Sydney killed her son. She's there to kill Sydney. It's simple as that. She needed somebody to help her. Boom, she got Mickey. Makes sense. Jermaine, what's up? What did I think of Scream Legacy? I really enjoyed Scream Legacy. I thought it was a great fan film. It was very good quality. I loved everything about it. It had major Scream vibes. Like, it seemed like it belonged in this franchise. So, definitely agree. Definitely. And, I mean, you got one of the coolest characters ever in Joel, the cameraman, who was like, white people are dead. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And he fucking left. And we get Dewey and Gail's connection in this. Will they, won't they? Are they going to hook up? Are they going to do some nasty stuff? I think that's a great thing as well. But Jamie Kennedy dies in this movie as Randy. Breaks every Scream fan's heart. We didn't want it. We didn't want it to happen. And it cut deep. It cut fucking deep. So my number 4 is Scream 2. All right. Coming in. I got to find it, man. Because I keep my... There we are. All right. Coming in at number 3 for me, I have the brand new Scream 6. Scream 6. Like I said, I've only watched it once. It may go up a slot. May not. Dewey does grab a boobie. Who doesn't want to grab a boobie? I want to grab a boobie. Anybody in the chat want to grab a boobie? Very great stress reliever. It will make you feel nice. Okay. Number 3. Scream 6. Love the setting. Love the New York setting. They definitely made it work a lot better than in Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason Takes Manhattan didn't have the high budget. Dropped the ball on that aspect. We only got to cut about 10 minutes. The rest was on the boat, which I'm not opposed to because I've come around to be a huge fan of Jason Takes Manhattan. But this one utilizes it very, very well. The subway scene was so tense, and that's honestly to me how I think it would feel to be in a subway in New York City. Shit will be going down. Ghostface is stabbing somebody, and nobody's reacting. People are passed out. Great scene. I love the opening in this one. Definitely a change of pace. You think it's one thing, turn it around, something else. I loved it. The killers, not the biggest fan of at all. I won't drop any spoilers. I mean, I probably could because it's a Scream ranking, and if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it. But I won't. I'll be nice. Definitely, that's what I was thinking. Definitely reminds me a lot of Scream 2, but on cocaine. Definitely. I love Sam in this movie. I liked her in the first one, but I loved her in this one. Tara was great as well. I like Chad in the first one. I grew to love Chad in Scream 6. And yes, the plot armor in this movie is ridiculous. It is over the top. People cannot survive the damage that's going on in this movie. I'll tell you that right now. It's just not going to happen. Because if that's the case, then Randy from Scream 2 is coming back. And then maybe, Dewey's coming back as well from Scream 2022. Okay? The plot armor needs to go away. It needs to stop. For Scream 7, I would recommend not using it at all. Pretend it doesn't exist. Get rid of it. Anybody can die. That's the best part about, raising the stakes in these movies. And if they don't do that, there are no stakes at all. Maybe some T-bones, but no stakes. We get Samara Weaving. I wish we got more Samara Weaving in this movie. She looked absolutely stunning. She was so beautiful. I love her accent that I honestly didn't know she had. So when she spoke, I was like, what? She has an accent? I said, she didn't have an accent in The Babysitter. But then I learned she's from Australia, so makes sense. Get the return of Kirby. Wasn't a huge fan. I mean, okay. Upon rewatching Scream 4, I did like Kirby a lot more. But I didn't know how I was going to feel about Kirby coming back to this movie. I think she was kind of just there. It was nice to see a familiar face. It was very weird to see her all grown up, as Gail said. And another character, Gail. It seemed like Gail didn't need to be in this movie. I think the movie would have been the exact same if Gail was not in this movie. Obviously, we think something's going to happen to Gail. Does it or does it not happen to Gail? Who'd have figured, you know? The kills in this movie are brutal. The bodega scene is fantastic. Everybody's seen it in the trailer. It really works. Very suspenseful. I believe this is definitely the most brutal and scary Ghostface we've had the most brutal for sure. Probably the scariest Ghostface we've had since the original, in my opinion. It just worked. They brought the suspense back to Scream, and they nailed it. Is there stuff I would have changed? Absolutely. But it's definitely a fun time. It's kick back, get a big soda, drink that soda with some popcorn, get some bunch of crunch and shit, and just enjoy the movie, because that's what kind of movie Scream 6 is, in my opinion. All right. So, yeah, I agree, Jermaine. I thought Stu was talking to Gail, because why would any of the 4, 5, or 6 ghost faces that were in this movie be like, I believe this is the first time we've ever spoken? How the fuck would any of them know that? How would any of them know that Ghostface has never talked to Gail on the phone? The only one that would know that would be Stu, because he didn't talk to her in the first movie, and he had to probably have been there throughout the franchise in the background. I know people don't want that to happen, but I think that's the way we're gonna go, baby! We'll see. We will see. But Scream 6 coming in at number 3 for me. Coming in at number 2 in the Scream franchise, I have Scream 2022, Scream 5, whatever you want to call it. Yes, they played it safe. Radio Silence gave us a Scream movie. A very well done, put together, paint by numbers Scream movie, and I absolutely loved it. Thought it was fantastic. I rewatch it constantly. There's just something about it. It goes so smoothly. I can't get enough of it. Ghostface is great. I know a lot of people, guess the killer within 5 minutes, or so they say. I know some people may have, and then other people just say that to make themselves feel better and make themselves feel like they're better than other people. I, on the other hand, did not guess who the killer was going to be. Deep down, maybe I thought it was going to be Richie, but I was holding off because I didn't want it to be Richie. They were kind of throwing it in your face like, oh, he's the boyfriend. He's never seen a stab movie. Now he's conveniently watching all the stab movies. They were there. They were there. The clues were there. And I just ignored them because I loved Richie's performance. I thought Jack Quaid was great. I thought Richie was one of my favorite ghost faces in the franchise, in my opinion. Amber, a lot of people don't like Amber that much. She's growing on me each and every watch. Her performance is great. The way she just flips the switch from normal and scared to just be like, oh, bitch, oh, you're not the killer because I am. Bam! What a fucking turnaround for her right there. And then she's just balls to the walls crazy until the end of the film. Really had a good time. I loved everything about her. Her kill was great as well, whenever she was taken out. How's that torch, bitch? I fucking loved it. Yeah, I remember that, Cody. She was set on fire in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as well. It's crazy. They reused that same thing, I guess. But I thought she was great. The effects were great. Dewey, probably his best performance. David Arquette's best performance in the Scream franchise, in my opinion. He was big time. He was big time. Absolutely loved it. Obviously, like Mike from Wham always says, wrong kid died. We should have had Gail die instead of Dewey, because Dewey, when it comes down to it, Dewey is the heart and soul of his franchise, in my opinion. And I just miss him. I think all Scream fans miss him. Randy was great, but I think Dewey we miss a hell of a lot more. Yes, I know that Amber was the one who supposedly killed Dewey. Let's get over it. Let's get over it. It was not, no way in hell, Amber. She said she did it, but I just think she did that to get under Gail's skin. I really do, in the back of my mind, believe it was the one and only Stu Macher, who will be back. He will shine again, no matter what anybody says. The directors pretty much said they would love to bring him back. Matthew Lillard wants to come back. I think it's just going to happen. It's going to be inevitable. It's going to piss off some of the fans, well, the same way that Halloween Ends pissed off the Halloween fans. So maybe, I could see it happening. But overall, Scream 5 is fantastic. We got introduced to a new group of great characters. Wes is the one character I wish that would not have died of the new, characters. But his death, so personal, so slow, so meticulous. I love that scene when he's closing the doors. You think Ghostface is going to be there. He's not. You think he's going to be over here. He's not. And then he kills Sheriff Judy. Kills Sheriff Judy in broad daylight in front of the house. Absolutely took some balls. Didn't see that coming at all. Didn't see it coming, did ya? Freaking loved it. Scream 5, definitely my number 2. But that leaves only one at number 1. And I know it's most people's number 1. And it always will. Oh, that's not it. Now I gotta dig for it. Look what you guys made me do. Where is it? Please. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 on the countdown, we have the original Scream from 1996, which helped save and rejuvenate the horror genre as we know it. I know a lot of people don't think that. We did have some other horror movies coming in and out, obviously, but this one really, really reset the market again. We got a ton of slashers after this one came out. I think Scream 1996 is an iconic movie that you have to watch if you are a horror fan. I'm not one of those people that loves to preach and tell you that you have to see this movie, because I hate when people do that to me. But if you're going to get into horror, I think Scream is a great way to get into it. It's so fun. Billy and Stu, so iconic as a team, as a duo. We get the introduction to Sidney Prescott, her backstory with her mother. Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It is amazing. Billy was the guy that you were like, he's definitely going to be one of the killers. Look how shady that son of a bitch is. He's handsome, but he's shady. And Stu, you're just like, no way. No fucking way. He's so fun and dumb. There's no way. So many quotable lines in this movie. We get introduced to Dewey and Randy and Gail and Tatum, and the cast is brilliant. The movie's brilliant. Wes Craven at his finest delivers a fantastic meta slasher. I think he tried with New Nightmare. I think New Nightmare came out a little bit too soon. Scream came out at the perfect time. Horror fans, horror audiences were looking for something new. This came out. It delivered what we wanted, what I wanted. I was only 8 years old when this came out, and obviously I didn't see it till a little bit later. I wish I would have seen it in the theater. It's the best. It started it all. I know most franchises, obviously, the first movie is the best movie. It's just the way that it goes. But there's a couple franchises out there, Friday the 13th, where the original is not the beloved favorite in the franchise. And I think Scream is one of those franchises where, for the most part, Scream will always be numero uno. And I haven't yet to see a list where it is not number 1. It's the classico classical. It's amazing. And I love it very, very much. A prequel could be an avenue that we could go down eventually too, Jermaine. I could see that. Learning about Sydney's mother and going through the spiel. Nothing beats the original. Nothing. So I'll run it back to you real quick. We had Scream 4 in 6th, Scream 3 in 5th, Scream 2 in 4th, Scream 6 in 3rd, Scream 2. Scream 2. Scream 2022 in 2nd, and coming in 1st place, obviously, the best, Scream 1996. So, those were my rankings for the Scream franchise. I'm sorry I don't have the cool graphics, the cool video clips, and all that jazz, but that's just usually not what I do on this channel. And I just wanted to give it to you guys straight about Jason. I mean Ghostface. I mean Billy. I don't know. Jason is a better mommy's boy. Better than Norman and Billy. Jason, kill for mother. So if you're watching after the fact, let me know your rankings for the Scream franchise down in the comments section below. Would love to hear what you guys are thinking. Also, links are down below to my Patreon, and my YouTube membership is down there as well. All and any support from you guys is greatly appreciated. I am, not the biggest channel in the world, but try to do my best each and every time I drop a video or go live. Really, really appreciate all the support. I'm impressed that I have any patrons at all, but I want to show more love to them as well. Look at all these lovely, lovely people that are supporting this channel and myself and everything that I do. I would not continue to do this for sure without you guys. So thank you very, very much for supporting me and everything. Links are below to those, like I said, starting as little as $2 a month. All support is greatly appreciated. Not required, obviously, but I love it. I love it, love it, love it, for sure. So, yes, could do a little Q&A if you guys want to. If not, I will let you guys get back to the rest of your enjoyable Saturday, and I will go be a dad. Oh, wait, I'm always a dad, but I'll go hang out with the children. Yes. Is Maureen really dead? That's better than bringing back Stu. Really? I don't know about all that. Austin Wolcott, Urban Legend was a good Scream knockoff. Urban Legend's a good time. There's somebody in the back seat. Get Brad Dourif in there as well. It's freaking fantastic. I love it. Love it. Urban Legend. I love the whole late 90s era of horror movies that came out. I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, Scream 2, Halloween H2O, The Faculty, Disturbing Behavior. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Looking forward to the I Know What You Did Last Summer requel. Looking forward to that. I think it's going to be... If we get Freddie Prinze, even though I heard he's being a little drama queen about some money issues, I think it's going to be fantastic. So, let's keep our fingers crossed that he will get his shit together and come back and knock I Know What You Did Last Summer out of the park like Scream did. Maureen was still alive all along and abandoned her daughter. Oh my god. That'd be pretty dope. That would be definitely a different avenue to go. Definitely be talking some Scream 7 theories and everything. It isn't announced yet, supposedly, or it isn't greenlit, but you know it's going to happen. Scream 6 made a boatload of money. It made more than Scream 5. It's the most profitable Scream movie in the franchise. You know it's coming back. And just have to sit here and wonder when, because it's coming. It is coming. Definitely. But like I said, let me know your Scream ranking down below. I would love to hear it. Even if you don't want to put the whole ranking, just give me your number 1 or number 2. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I love everybody that stopped in today and hung out for a little bit. I know this really wasn't like a planned thing, so I know people got shit to do. It's Saturday. You got way better things to do than hang out with me. I don't blame you. But I'll be back on Thursday night with Chad as we kick off our Deathmatch Remake Tournament on Behind the Mask podcast, so please tune in. Opening round, see who gets into this bad boy, because there's only 32 teams round out the tournament, but we had to do an 8-team tournament to start it, just to because there was 40 movies we had picked out, so I'm ready for this, and I hope you guys will show up and hang out. Well, like I said, it won't be as cool as Good Reels. I don't have the time, unfortunately, to do as much work as they did to put into that, because theirs was amazing, but hopefully you'll see you guys then. Let me know your rankings. Like the video and subscribe. And if you would like to support me in any way, my Patreon and my YouTube membership are down below. I will see you fantastic people in the next video. And yeah, love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And I'm going to go gut some shit like a fish, boy.